Alright, how we doing, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Wolf, and welcome back to live dungeon overviews. This is going to be a Stormwatch, so we're going to go through a Stormwatch +6, and I'm going to tell you everything that you need to keep an eye out for. This is going to be for all roles, hopefully, provided I can pay attention enough. We have a dynamic duo that might make this a little bit of a struggle, but we shall see. I think I'm going to do a tier list at some point, too, just for thoughts on heroes and whatnot. But the Warrior Priest combo, I don't think, is as good as Mako Sylvie just because of the healing that they both get. But we'll see. It's low keys. Well, I guess +6 isn't low, but we should be more than fine. Shouldn't really be much issue. But with that being said, let's get into this, shall we? Our man is galaxy pulling, so we're going to go for a big AoE here. The assassins will teleport around, so do be wary of those. And I believe there's going to be a couple of things in here casting Dread Arc. First couple packs don't have much to particularly go on. They will enrage, however, as the orcs die. So you kind of want to kill them all together if you can. Because otherwise they're going to get exceptionally powerful. But we killed the enragers, thankfully. So we should be good. This is looking a little dicey for a start, but we're fine, thankfully. Our man's gonna pull more. Kick a Shadow Bolt. Always make sure you're kicking the ranged spells because then they run into melee. Most of the auto attacks in this game are melee, which means they're going to be forced to run right on top of the tank, which is really nice. Spread my dots a little more. This is one of my deeper keys on Artios. I haven't done a +7 on them yet, so this is arguably, I think, the farthest key I've taken this guy to, so up in DPS for the moment. Although I'm against the rhyme, so there's going to be a lot of moments. Well, I guess it's not really against, but I'm with a rhyme, rather. I need to get used to not being competitive because it's Fellowship, not World of Warcraft. So, you know, we vibe. But, yeah, there's going to be a bunch of moments where rhyme can pop off with Ice Comets. I don't know if she's running the rock build. Can I see her talents? Oh, I can. Nice. Yeah, she's got Burst Bolter and Avalanche, so there's going to be some times where she just procs like absolute mad, which will be really nice for us when we do AoE clear. I'm the sort of person who I just prefer things die rather than if I'm on top of the meters or whatever have you, because in Fellowship the meter is kind of a meme, I'll be honest with you. Because there's so many things that I know that I can do to cheese the DPS meter and get like a bunch of results. I'm not, well, sometimes cheese, but then sometimes also just like certain pieces of gear that I don't have and other people might have. Just changes the dynamics so much. Like for example, the Nature's Fury staff that I got on Rhyme. Like, if I'm playing against someone who has that and I'm playing like just an undergeared Artios, there's no point in feeling bad about yourself of like, oh my god, I'm not doing enough DPS. My guy is like stacked to the 9s. You're never gonna be able to compete no matter what, you know? So that's where it's nice, where you can kind of look at it as not actually like a DPS competition, just doing the most you can. Are we gonna run past the campfire? Okay, no, we're gonna pull everything. Good. I have Apocalypse in 10, so I'll wait it out. Drop a meteor in here. The rats will also have an enrage, so do be wary of that. Ooh, don't stand in the fire mechanic. I should have detonated. Oh well. Rhyme procced a shit ton and killed everything, so we take those. And I snapped nothing. Wow, I'm good. That's the unfortunate side of Artios, is if things just kind of fall over, you don't have time to ramp. Healer's gonna grab that, which is gonna be wonderful for us. And then we're going to get up into the Executioners and the Man Catchers. One of these guys has a hook, if I remember correctly. Gonna wanna kick the Shadow Bolt. I think I'm gonna go for an Apocalypse here. Actually, no, I'm gonna hold it in case he does a big pull. So we definitely don't want to stand in the massive arc that they've put up. There's the fire attack as well. You also do not want to stand in, because that will make life very miserable. He's gonna go for a big pull here. He stunned that one. Okay, he's pulling everything. I'm gonna ult here. Why not? Pop my ulti. Burn everything. Put a nice AoE on everything. And then speed up my dots. Even more dots. More dots. More dots. More dots. Now, this is like a mid-boss fight. You actually don't want to pop your CDs here, because you're only going to fight them down to about 80%. So, in this scenario, you want to kick Dread Arc, which is that. Get rid of that. And that's it. You get him down to 80%, and then he's going to disappear on you. And then when you go and fight the boss in just a little bit, he will be at 80%. Relatively close by. I can't kick that one, so that one's gonna have to be a DPS. And it is not kicked whatsoever. Cool. So, the reason I say not to ulti there is because you have a very, very fun spot coming up next, which is my personal favorite place to DPS test in the entire game, which is right here. Is my guy gonna pull everything? Oh, he is. He's gonna try. Is he gonna pull it all? He is. Yes, I want a Cataclysm right here. Big Cataclysm right here. Yo! Huge! Detonate! Detonate! Go crazy! Love it. 14k, 15k, and scaling. 16k, frog out! 20k! Imagine if I had gear, bro. Imagine if I had gear, and then I take the fire attack. Crazy work. But yeah, that is one of my favorite places to try and pad the DPS meter. But like I said, DPS meter is a fucking meme in the first place, because if I had Nature's Fury, I could have just gotten like another 10k DPS by bouncing that thing around everything. So, you know. Don't take it too seriously, but you can mess around with it for fun. And have a relatively good time anyways. I also would have ulted there, by the way. That is where I pop my ulti 99% of the time. Don't ult on the boss. Ult there instead, and just blow everything up. And then here, there's going to be a bunch of stuff as well. I feel like the percentages are off for this dungeon because anyone who played on the Steam Next Fest would know that this dungeon was a little quicker before. You can actually kick that Flame Blast. I'm just not paying attention, I guess. Speed up all my dots, hit another Apocalypse, rock out, and burn from here. And I think Rhyme is procking like crazy, thankfully. So we'll keep our dots rolling. The Cutthroats are going to teleport around and do backstabs on people. But this dungeon is like relatively tank and spank, aside from, like I said, the Flame Blast and the Enrage mechanic. Because some of those orcs can absolutely fuck you up. The Face Stabber will pick someone at random and blow things up. Oh, that's what we're doing. Okay. We have a little skip going on here from the tank. My guy has a Party Shroud. It's not going to be long enough to get to the boss, unfortunately, but... Oh, we got double Shroud. I take it back. Never mind. We're crazy work. Actually crazy. I love this. Yeah, well, that's not going to happen in every dungeon. I'm not going to lie to you. But, yeah, the Face Stabbers will jump on somebody. Be very careful of those. That was a cool skip. And then otherwise, there's some rats down there that will have an Enrage mechanic as well. That will do the exact same thing based on how many enemies are dead. So kill them all at the same time if you can. And that... Why are we running this towards me, dog? And that's the dungeon. It is exceptionally, exceptionally easy. It was my absolute favorite when it was shorter. Now that it's a little bit on the longer side. I'll kick that one. It's not quite as fun. I genuinely preferred it when it was a much shorter dungeon. But then again, I assume it got extended because everyone was running it at the same time because it was just so good and so fast. So now it's not quite as easily farmable. Although that was also when you could like target farm dungeons, and you can't really target farm keys anymore. So, I don't know. But that skip makes it really nice that you can deal with everything percentages wise, because otherwise there's a whole bunch of stuff here. What I was saying before is like it feels like they didn't really test the percentages of like you wind up at 70% by the time you get the Brog on the like on the bridge over there. So you're already at like 70% key percentage. So then you really only need like 30% in this half to then get to him here, which is a little weird, but I'm sure that'll get dealt with and adjusted as it goes on. But yeah, that is Stormwatch. Watch out for the Dread Arc on the boss. Don't stand in the AoE that he puts up, and sometimes he will call the Raiders, which is just an AoE DPS phase. Nice and easy. And that is my highest key on audio so far. After that, it'll probably be a Sithral's Fall, most likely.